Hello everyone, it's Elizabeth. In this video I'm going to be swatching the brand new Zoya collection for winter/holiday 2019. I honestly can't believe it because I know it's only October, but we are getting into winter, I guess, a little bit. So this is the Twinkling collection from Zoya, and it is full of some creams, shimmers, glitters, a bunch of unique polishes, things that I've never seen before, and I'm very excited to get swatching, so be sure to stay tuned if you're interested in seeing my swatches. First up is Enza, and this is described as being a medium macadamia cream. And right off the bat, I can tell this is going to be a great neutral nude shade for me. I think this is going to be a great neutral for a lot of skin tones, but for mine at least, from what I can see right now, it is a good nude. I am quite fair-skinned, so that is why it's going nicely with my skin tone. So the formula is pretty great. I do tend to do thinner coats, so that is why it might look a little bit thin or even a tad bit streaky, but the self-leveling is really nice, and I know Zoya cream formulas very well, especially with this being a brand new bottle. As it ages, it'll get a little bit more of like that thicker, buttery, creamy formula, but there's the first coat and it looks really nice. Here is the second coat of Enza, and this one does seem to cover completely in 2 coats. I'm being very messy, and I am doing a little bit of a thicker second coat, but that still is pretty thin because I do tend to do really thin coats, and I know a lot of you comment that I do really thin coats, so I do apologize. That's just what I like to do. I think thinner coats, they dry faster, and when you don't have a super thick gloppy coat on your nails, they do tend to last longer. They don't chip as often, just in my experience. But yeah, this one, I've seen this color before. It's not super unique. I know I have nudes and neutrals like this, but if you are looking for just a really nice neutral polish for the winter, this will be a great one for you. This next polish is Kaede, and I am pairing this over Enza just so you can see how it looks paired over a polish, but I will be doing it on its own. But oh my gosh, so this one is described as being a gold metallic fleck with holographic foil in this polish. This is so gorgeous. I definitely am going to be using this one for New Year's nail art, which I know is crazy because it's just the beginning of October, thinking about New Year's, but it's going to be here before we know it. And I love having fun sparkly nails for that holiday. I seriously love this one. The glitter placement, like, I'm just dipping into the bottle and a lot of glitter is coming out. It's not too difficult to place. It seems very dense, but it's also sparse enough where you can see the color underneath the glitter. But I really like this combination of Enza and then this Kaede over top. So I just wanted to show you this one over top of a polish, and then I will swatch it on its own to see how it builds up. But yeah, this is so gorgeous. So here's the first coat of Kaede on its own, and honestly this one would be really pretty with just one coat on top of your natural nail as well, just for like a kind of a fun sparkly look. But as I already mentioned, I really love this one, and it has such a great glitter density to it, and by that I just mean that, like, I don't have to fish around for the glitters. I'm just simply dipping the brush into the bottle, and a lot of that glitter payoff is coming out, especially with those holographic flakies that are a little bit more dense than the rest of the polish. I'm very impressed with how it's suspending in the polish itself and how it's coming out on the nail. So yeah, there is the first coat. I might only do 2 coats, but we'll see what the second one looks like, and then I can do a third. But yeah, there is the first coat. Here's the second coat of Kaede. This one builds up that, like, the gold fleck base definitely builds up like a little bit more color, and covers the nail a little bit better. So I am only going to do 2 coats just because I think you can kind of get a really good idea of what this polish will look like on its own. Personally, I do prefer it as either 1 coat on top of your natural nail, or 1 coat on top of a polished color. Like, I really loved it over Enza. I thought that was such a pretty look. So definitely this is such a fun one to play around with. You could do glitter gradients with this one. You could use it as accent nails. If you do want this one to be a little bit more opaque and dense, you could do the sponging technique where you paint the polish on a makeup sponge and then dab it onto your nail. So totally up to you, but yeah, this one is such a fun, beautiful, gorgeous glitter. This is Steph, and Steph can be described as a muted winter pink with a warm undertone. And I love just that description. It makes it feel like it's just a really cozy pale pink. I am kind of dreading winter. I'm not the biggest fan of this season. I don't love all the snow that we get. I don't love the cold, but I do love the thought of just cozy nail polish colors and hot chocolate and cozy fires. Like that does kind of sound fun. But we are just getting into fall, which is my favorite season, so I'm going to stick to fall. But this one has a great buttery formula. Really decent coverage on that first coat. It is a tad streaky. I will say that's probably because I just put a little bit of cuticle oil on my nails just to keep them looking nice for the video. So that could have a role in the tad bit of streakiness, but I know this one's going to be completely opaque in 2 coats, so I will do that once this one dries. But yeah, it's just a pretty pale pink. Here is the second coat of Steph. And that beautiful buttery formula does cover this one completely in 2 coats, and I really love this one. So this one is honestly such a great universal shade because even though it's described as being a warm winter pink, this one can be worn, I think, all year round. It's a great neutral, so this would be really great in the fall, the winter, the spring, and even the summer. Depending on what your nail polish preferences are for the seasons, I really think this one would just be a great staple polish to have in a collection. I really love this one. In fact, I have a friend named Steph that I was going to give this one to, but I might be a little selfish and keep it for myself because I really love the way this one looks on my nails. So there are 2 coats of Steph. This polish is called May, and this is described as being a beautiful rosewood cream, and I am loving the opacity of this one so far, and I am obsessed with shades like this for fall and winter. For some reason, I just love any kind of rosy shade on my nails. I think it looks so pretty, especially when a lot of times I do a lot of neutrals in the fall and winter, so to add a little bit of color into my life is just really fun. And I love this one. That has such a great formula, and I'm so excited to continue to use this one. This might already be my early favorite in this collection. I'm sure it's not terribly unique. I'm sure I have colors like this in my collection, but it's from Zoya and it has a great formula, so I already love it. Here's the second coat of May, and it covers completely in 2 coats, again with that beautiful buttery creamy formula from Zoya. They always incorporate this in their cream polishes, and that's one of the reasons why Zoya is my favorite brand. So the second coat makes it more true to the color in the bottle and just adds just more of like a richness in that color, and I'm still so obsessed with this one, and I'm so looking forward to putting this one on my nails. I'm definitely going to be bringing this one back to school with me so I can wear it a lot there. But yeah, there are 2 coats. So next is Tieran, and this is described as a medium toned charcoal gray cream. So this is just a really nice dark gray polish. A lot of times I am looking for a polish like this. I have a lot of light grays, but I don't have anything quite like this, and I can also see that this one has quite a lot of blue in it, which makes it look really pretty on the nails. I don't think I have any polish quite like this, and as you can see, the formula is absolutely fantastic. In fact, if you are in a hurry, you could probably consider this one a 1-coat wonder. I will do 2 coats just because that's always what I do anyway, but yeah, fantastic formula and a really beautiful winter color. Here's the second coat of Tieran, and the second coat, I don't know if it really does make the color any richer. I just think it covers up any patches there may have been. Honestly though, like this one is pretty much completely opaque within that first coat, and it does just have a great formula, and I really love this one for winter. I can definitely see myself wearing this one the end of December, beginning of January, which is crazy to even think about the new year because like I said, it's only October. But yeah, this one is just a really fun color. So there are 2 coats. This is Tanya, and this is described as being a bright festive candy red cream, and you can definitely tell that it is bright and festive, so this is going to be a perfect one for Christmas if you want to do like candy cane nail art, or honestly just really like red nails around the holiday season, which I really do. I really enjoy that. So this first coat is covering really well. It's super bright, has a great formula. I still can see my nail line a little bit. It seems like it is a tad on the sheer side, but I definitely think that a second coat is going to cover that completely. Plus this color is so bright that you can't even really tell to begin with. So yeah, I feel like with this one you're going to want to be careful with staining, because I can definitely tell with how pigmented it is, it could possibly stain your nails, so you'll definitely want to use a base coat, or maybe even 2 layers of base coat. But there's the first coat of Tanya. Here's the second coat of Tanya. Another thing I'd like to mention about Zoya, and I know I probably have in a million other videos, but the fact that they dry really fast, so you're not waiting around for your coats to dry forever, at least because I do thin coats, they dry super quickly. That's another thing I just really love about Zoya, is that you don't have to wait around for a super long time. Now this second coat I can see is definitely making it a little bit more of a richer color, closer to the color in the bottle, but covers completely in 2 coats. So not super unique. We've seen bright reds like this before, but again, if you are looking for something festive and you want it as part of your collection, then check this one out. This is Rosa, and Rosa is described as being a bright and cheerful fuchsia with a pearl effect. As you can see, there is quite a bit of pearlescence and shimmer in this polish. It covers very, very well on that first coat. Tons of pigmentation, and the color is just really pretty. So this is probably one that you were thinking, like, this is very surprising to be in a winter collection or a holiday collection, but for me, I really love wearing kind of jewel toned polishes either as accents or just on my nails, especially during like New Year's and beginning of January, just to kind of get you out of like that rut of just wearing darker colors for the winter. And around the holiday time, it's just kind of fun to wear something different on your nails, and it does remind me of like winter and the holiday. And once the winter sun hits these, if the sun ever decides to show itself in the winter, it's going to be such a gorgeous effect. So there's the first coat of Rosa. Here is the second coat of Rosa. This one does cover completely in 2, as you can see, that just gorgeous, bright, shimmery shade. So this one, you know, the second coat does make it true to the color in the bottle, and this one, even though it does have kind of like a pearlescence to it, it's not super metallic-y, so you don't have to worry about having nice clean brush strokes, and the self-leveling is just really, really nice and very smooth. So super easy polish to work with. Formula is fantastic, and it just looks really pretty on the nails. And I know it's kind of very surprising to be in kind of like a winter collection, but I love little surprise polishes like this in collections because I think it just makes them a little more exciting. So there are 2 coats. This is Gabi, and this is described as being a deep midnight aborigine purple. Zoya, I have noticed, does like to incorporate purple in almost all of their collections, but they do tend to kind of put a twist on each individual purple cream, so they're not all the same, even though they are very similar. So if you're not the biggest purple fan, you probably only need like, or want 1 or 2 creams or none at all. But for me, I really like wearing various shades of purple on my nails. It's one of my favorite colors to wear on my nails, so it is very fun to have different variations to wear. So there is the first coat, and this one is a very deep purple, perfect for winter in my opinion. Here is the second coat of Gabi, and this one does cover completely in 2. So there were a few patches or bald spots with this polish. I think sometimes it's really hard with dark polishes. If you don't paint a perfectly even coat, there are going to be some of those patches, but it covers perfectly in that second coat, so you don't have to worry about painting your nails completely perfectly, because no one really ever does, and I know I mess up all the time, and I've painted my nails a lot over the years. So yeah, there is 2 coats of Gabi, and it is just like a fun, dark, deep purple polish. This one is called Sedona, and this is described as a warm, spiced mahogany with a pearl effect. So this one is really pretty and super unique. I don't have any kind of polish like this. Again, it's kind of spreading out weird just because, again, I put cuticle butter just to keep my cuticles looking nice, and I think the polish is having kind of an effect to it, but the color is there and the pearlescence is there, and it's so pretty. I don't have anything like this, and this is a perfect shade that reminds me of like Thanksgiving time to also right before Christmas, just having a really pretty warm shade on your nails with just a little bit of shimmer. So I am already obsessed with this one. So there's the first coat. Here is the second coat of Sedona, and I seriously really love this one. In fact, this may be the favorite in the collection so far. I just think it's so pretty. Again, it's really unique. I don't have anything like it. I love having shades that I don't have anything like it, so they are unique, and I know that I can reach for this one and I will be really pleased with it on my nails. Yeah, it's just a fun dark shade, and I really love darker nail polishes on shorter nails. A lot of times during the winter it gets super cold and dry, so it's harder for me to grow my nails out and I have to take a lot of extra care, so it's just easier for me to have shorter nails, and I love the way that darker nail polishes look on shorter nails. So yeah, I'm really excited to be wearing this one. This is Jen, and Jen is described as being a royal sapphire blue with a hint of purple. So this is another one that I would probably think would be surprising in just like a winter or holiday collection. However, it is a dark shimmery blue, and for some reason when I think winter, I think blue, and you have some shimmer in there that kind of brings out the essence of snow. So this one has a pretty decent formula, covers pretty well and self-levels really nicely, but you will want definitely a second coat to build up that color payoff, make it truer to the color in the bottle. But yeah, this is just a fun shimmery blue polish. I think it's pretty unique. I'm sure I have some blues similar to this, but none that I can think of, so I really like this one. Here's the second coat of Jen, and as you can see, that second coat just really builds up that color very, very nicely. Gorgeous, deep, rich color. Almost reminds me of the ocean at nighttime. I don't know, I'm getting really cool vibes from this polish, and I really like it. I think it's so pretty and unique and fun for winter. Here is Alessia, and this is described as an icy blue with hints of silver. Now right off the bat, I am automatically drawn to this polish because I love it so much. However, it reminds me so much of Zoya River, but I do know that Zoya River doesn't have quite as much sparkle and shimmer and hints of glitter. It's not super glittery, it's just more of a shimmer. I could do a side-by-side comparison, however, my bottle of River is at school because I love wearing it during the summer, but I did forget to bring it home. So unfortunately, I don't have it to show you right now, but they're definitely different. However, they are very similar, so you probably don't need both, but I am so happy that I have this one. Look how glittery it is. Beautiful formula. So there's the first coat. Here's the second coat, and the second coat builds up that color really beautifully and adds more of that shimmer. I can't get over how really beautiful this color is. The formula is fantastic to work with, and I feel like this one was probably going to be a little bit more difficult to remove from your nail because it does have more of that shimmer and glitter in there, but it's still really pretty. Kind of surprising again to be in a holiday collection or a winter collection. However, I can also see this one like wearing as a base and then stamping or painting white snowflakes on top, and it does just remind me of some glistening snow in the winter. So there are two coats. This one is called Jett, and I'm going to read the description because it's kind of long and I want to make sure I get it right. So Jett is described as being a frosted silver with a flaky texture that dries down matte. So extremely unique. Again, Zoya is coming out with these polishes that you've never seen before. I've never seen anything like this. This formula is fantastic, by the way, and you can see those flakes that are starting to dry down a little bit, so you can see that texture. I love their pixie dust polishes, which are their textured polishes that dry down matte, so it is very interesting to see a frosted polish like this. Again, nothing I've ever seen before, especially from like a mainstream brand like Zoya is. So there's the first coat, and it covers super well, but I will do a second once this one dries down a little bit. So as you can see, this one dries down to that matted finish, but it also has some like a metallic quality to it because it is like that silver, so it does have like a metal sheen to it, which is super cool. So here's the second coat just to kind of cover up the rest of the spots that I may have missed on my nails, add a little bit more of that texture. But yeah, this one, again, great formula, really easy to work with, and really unique. So I honestly don't know if I can see myself wearing this one as a full manicure. I could see myself incorporating it into some nail art or as an accent nail. That could be really fun, playing around with the looks. But yeah, super unique, and I love having unique polishes in my collection. So there are 2 coats. So that is it for my live swatch and review video of the Zoya Twinkling collection for winter 2019. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I am trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I would love if it could happen soon. But yeah, definitely let me know in the comments below if you'll be checking out this collection and what your favorite polish was in the collection. I think my favorite has to be Sedona. I just really love that one. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.